Why, hello and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield. This is another LOTRO guide, and this is going to be a part 2 video. So there is a beginning part 1 for this is for tasks, okay, you guys? So I had someone leave a very good comment, very constructive criticism, that added on some stuff that some of it I didn't know, some of it I forgot in my last task video. So that's why we're doing a part 2 of the task video today, and I'm going to give them credit. I'm even going to say their name from the comment section from the other video, because I'm going to use some of their direct comment, because they were so well done that they even wrote exactly the things that I missed or forgot in the last video. So here we go. Let me go ahead and tell you right now, this is it's Cow God with the O's or zeros, apparently is the person's name who left the comment. But they said there are deeds that can be completed for doing tasks. So this is very cool. I actually didn't know this because I haven't done a lot of tasks over my time in LOTRO. It's one thing I don't really know a whole ton about besides base level stuff, which is why in the first video we only talked about the basics of tasks. So again, we're gonna do a little more deep dive for this few minute video here. And there are deeds for 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500 task turn-ins. So as you do tasks, these add up over time. So basically is what they're saying. So deeds, as you all know, if we open up the deed thing, right, are in this location here. Now, I'm not exactly sure in which one the deeds would be located to be found. It's probably under class or epic, somewhere in here. But anyway, the point is you do up to 500 and they'll give you a special, they even said there's a cool title, there's some cool cosmetics, and they allow you to increase your daily limit up to 10 as well, which is very cool. So I'm trying to remember, the task limit increase is not bound either to one character. So this is very important that I didn't say in the other video, that is super important for you all to know, is that it is multiple characters. The task limit increases to another character on your account, okay? So yes. So anyway, that's good to know, because you can go on another character and do tasks as well, which is kind of cool. So when you open your quest log right here, right? Remember I was telling you in the last video that the daily task limit is 5, right? Which you can get up to 10. I'm not sure if you can complete it through the deed, or you might be able to actually increase the task daily through buying in the LOTRO store too, from what I remember on my other character, because I saw that. But from what they said here, it is the deed increase, right? And then another one, in some areas the task board doesn't have a collection box. This is a big one. So that makes sense why in the first video I was a little confused for a second on the collection box when I was telling you, because that's a newer thing in newer areas with the collection boxes. So sometimes you just have to go back to a board itself, like I did in the first video. So again, like you can see, I've done more tasks back in the original regions, and there are places some you will turn into NPCs instead of a box. So sometimes you go back to the task board itself, sometimes there's a box next to the task board, and sometimes there's an NPC around near the task board to turn quests into, okay? So those are very important things to know. You can also share task items with your alts, of course, because they're not bound to your character, which if you, right here, I don't have any task items, or wait, I have a task carry-all, I believe. Medium task carry-all. So again, here's all the task items, right, that I have on this character right now. Tells you that if you look, they say right there, they do not say bound to character. Like I've explained in my items video, right? They do not bind to character. So you can send them to your alt if you want to, have a big stack on your main character, and then send them to a couple alts and split it up so that they all can turn in tasks for that same task board or same area, right? That you've collected maybe 100 and 500 axes like this one, right? So again, that's really, really good information. Again, this was such a great post. That's why I'm sharing this information with you guys with a little bit of my extra touches, so we can point to things that maybe they missed here in the comments too, because there's a couple things. You can share the items. That's, again, we talked about that. And doing the quest areas, yep, you can turn in tasks for areas in the game in the premium housing neighborhood, rather than having to travel each town to turn them in. This is very, very cool. Okay, so in the premium housing, that is different than the 4 housing zones. Again, they didn't comment that here, but I know that, so they know I know that. The 4 common zones, right, are the Thorin's Hall Homestead, the Michael Delving, the one in Kelimdim, and then also the Breeland Homestead. Those are the common ones. They very clearly said the premium housing places. So the premium housing neighborhoods are the one in Dol Amroth, the 2 in Rohan, the one in Erebor. Those are the ones that they're talking about, that he mentioned here. But that's really cool, because then you don't have to travel all over to turn them all in. So you can literally go to the task areas in the game, premium housing, rather than having to travel to the town to turn them in, which is super cool. The task carryall, which I already just explained to you, they also mentioned, which is this awesome item here. All right. Again, the carryalls, I have a whole video on items and carryalls. If you want to know more about that, you can go watch that video too. We won't talk about that too much here. Yes, it can hold thousands of task items, which right here, we just found that out. I have 508 axes, so I just explained to you a second ago. So, and it doesn't take up your inventory, which is really nice. The daily limit resets at 3 a.m. server time daily. Where does server time found? This is another great little addition that person added. Again, great additions from that person's comment, hence why they prompted me to make a secondary part 2 video of the tasks. Again, if you're confused on the other stuff, go watch part 1 of the video. I'll have links in the description of the other video. Up here, if you hover at the top there, where the little moon or sun is, to the top left of your little radar up there, see it where I'm hovering? If you look, I hover that and it says right now that it is 4:25 p.m. server time. So that's the server, or actually, excuse me, that is not, is that, let me double check. Oh, I take that back, that's my time. Okay, never mind. It says nighttime evening. So the server time itself, you might have to look on, I'm trying to think how you find the actual server time itself. I believe you can look on, I think the server time is a certain time period. I forget what they put it under. So I will put a link down there for you guys to click on a LOTRO wiki that'll tell you how to find the server time. Okay, let's go right down there. So just go click it. You guys have a good day in Middle Earth. There's a quick little part 2 follow-up to the tasks. Again, I loved those additions from that person. This is why I made the secondary video instead of just leaving a comment in the other video. So I will see you guys on the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Remember, task carryalls, the limit is not only, the daily task limit is only on each character. You can go to all your different characters to do it. They're not bound. You can send them to each other. Lots of cool stuff, right? Again, there's a deed that you can do up to 500 tasks on a character, and then get a deed done and get some cosmetics and stuff. And that deed, according to what they said here, again, the task limits, these deeds give you the tile, cool cosmetics, and they allow you to increase your daily task limit to 10. So it is from the deed. From doing those deeds, they will increase your task limit up to 10 a day on that character. So pretty cool. Again, tasks are a great way to get XP, respect for the area, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'll see you in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Thank you so much to my Patreons for your support. It means a lot. I appreciate it a lot. If you guys are interested in that and joining our Discord community group down there. And I also got Twitter and Facebook free and all that stuff, and it's free to subscribe if I earned it. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of Voice of the Rings, and next playlists are over there in videos. Have a great day in Middle Earth.